Hello and welcome to part 11 of the series on how to create the web WhatsApp UI with ReactJS. In this part, we are actually going to make the search bar searchable, so that when we type in something, we will get the contact with the name, and we actually also want to style the contacts a little bit more. So, as you can see right now, our contacts are being displayed on the left side, but when we hover over them, nothing happens, and we don't even see a cursor or pointer. So, we can click on them, but we just don't get any response from the design. So, to fix this, we are going in our list, and in our list we should see a contact. So we open up our contact, and right here we want to add a new line, just contact hover, and I want to give it a cursor of pointer. Let's see how this looks. As we see, when we hover over a contact, it now has a mouse of pointer, so that's good. So next up, we actually want to change the background to be a little bit more dark. So for the contact, we have a default background, I think, of white. Let's say background color of white, like so. And when we hover over it, let's make the background a little bit more dark, something like the color of this. So we're just going to pick color from there, and now we're going to use it right here. And if we save this up and hover over the contact, see that we get a nice little background color for the contact, which actually looks really nice. So now that we have the hover effect, we actually want to make the contact searchable. So right here, we actually want to be able to type in something. We need to keep track of that. So in our chat box, we have the search section right here, and in here we actually want to create a state for the search. So we write search value, that search value equals use state, and let's say, for example, sample text, like so. Now we actually want to pass in this state to the search bar right here. So we open up the search, and here we create an interface of props where we can pass in a search value, like so, which is a type string. Then we accept or expect the value right here, like so. And then we actually want to render that value inside of the input right here. So I think we can actually say value equals search value, like so. And now we need to pass it in right here. Search value equals search value, like so. And if we save this, we should see a sample text, or maybe hello world. Oh no, don't close it. Hello world in our search bar. Yeah, so we see hello world, nice. So we actually cannot remove it because we are setting this to a value. So we actually want to listen for a new event, which is on change. Then we get the changed value right here. And then we want to just execute a function right here on search change. No, on search change, like so. And then right here we expect a value, which is e right here on search change. And I see that I need to put function right here, like so. And right here we expect a value which will be, let's see, HTML input element. So we say e, which is type HTML input element, and then let's log this element and see what we get. So we save this up, we get an error, and that is because it is not assignable change event react.change event. So we should change this to react.change event, like so. And right now, if we save it, we can see that it is compiling, and if we type in something right here, we should trigger the change effect. Let's see what we get in the console. Get an object. So instead of console.logging the e element, let's console.log e.target.value, like so. And if we save this up, we see that we get an error, and it's because it doesn't know that the value exists on this element. So we need to specify which type of element we are leaving, and it is an HTML input element. So as you can see, the red squiggly line is gone, and right now, if we refresh the page and open up our console, when we're writing something, we see that we get a new string with the letter that I'm writing. So if I say, for example, hello, you see that we get HELO, with one L short, but that's okay. As you can see, it is not appending it to the string right here. So, fix this. We actually want to create a function right here where we set the value. So we want to write a function set search value, or actually update search value with a new value, which is a string. And we want to say set search value to the new value, like so. Next, we want to pass this function down to the search component right here. So we write a new function right here, this update search value function, like so. Right now, we see that we still need to add it right here. So we say update search value, like so. And then we need to pass it in right here, like so. And then we need to pass in the value, which we get in here, to here. So here we can say update search value e.target.value, like so. And let's log the value, which we get right here. So we're just going to comment this out for now, and we're going to say console.log value. Let's see what we get. So right now, if we write in something, we see that we get the same result as before. We get just every letter which we type in appended to the original string, but we actually want to replace the original string with what we type in, or well, with what we type in with the original string, like so. So we're going to remove this console log, and we can just say set search value. And if we type in something right now, we see that we are actually changing the search value. So now that we have that done, we can actually remove this. So now we start with an empty string, like so. If we refresh the page, we can search through our contacts. But as you can see, we are not yet filtering. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to filter the contacts based on what is written right here. So right here, we already have the value. The only thing we need to do then is we need to filter the contacts, which we have right here. So in order to filter the contacts, we're actually going to create a function. We're going to write the function right here. We're going to say get filtered contacts, and this expects a parameter, which is a list of contacts. So we say contact model, like so. And then right here, instead of passing in every contact, we just want to get the filtered contacts, and then we pass in the contacts which we import right here. So as you can see right now, it doesn't return anything. So let's just return every contact, like so. So right now we should see every contact appearing, which is working. And let's say, for example, we only want the contacts which start with let's see, with the J. So we should get James, Justin, and Jim. So what we want to do right here, we want to modify the array and create a new one with the filtered elements. So we can say const new contacts, or maybe even filtered contacts, equals contacts dot filter, and then we can access each contact just like in the map function by saying this, and then we can say that we want to filter the contacts by their name. Then we say if the name includes J, and actually we want to say if it is starting with the J, so we want to say c.name, the first letter is a J. Then we want to return that contact. So let's see, the first thing we actually want to do is every name is starting with a capital letter. We want to capitalize every letter right here, and we actually want to capitalize this as well. So right now we get an error, and that's because we are expected an assignment or function call. So we don't actually get anything yet. So the filter statement is not yet working. So in order to get it working, we actually need to return something. What do we want to return? We want to return this. The only thing we need to do now is we need to return the filtered contacts. So if we do this, we only get the contacts with the J. So how does this work? We have the filter function right here, and inside of this filter function we can write a statement. for each contact. So in the statement we say if contact.name first letter and then the first letter in uppercase is equal to J, then we want to return element, else we don't want to return the element. So actually what we write in one line right here is written in 2 lines right here. So if the first letter of the name in uppercase is equal to J, return it to the filtered contacts, otherwise don't return it, we don't want to add it. So if we save this up, we get the same result, and we can actually do the same with, for example, the letter A, like so. And what is interesting is we can now actually use our search value, filter the objects. So I'm just going to remove that for now, and right here, let's see how we want to filter the contacts. We have the name of the contact, we have the string which we fill in. So for example, if the name is Amy and we fill in AM, then we want to check if Amy includes AM. So we want to check if the name dot includes and then our search value, like so. Let's try this out. Right now everything includes the search value because the search value is empty. What if we write in A, we get Alex, nice. What if we write J, we get this, nice. Daniel, Lynn, nice. So as you can see, the filter function is actually working, but one thing that is not yet working is when we write Alex, for example, with a small a. It's not showing up, but the other contacts are, because they do have a small a. So in order to prevent this from happening, we actually want to transform the name to uppercase or lowercase, whatever you like, and then we want to do the same for the search value, like so. So it's both uppercase right now, or both lowercase, what you want. And if we save this up, we see if we type in the A, we still get Alex, even though it's a capital A. That's good. If we write the rest, we see that other contacts are disappearing and that Alex is staying. So before we are going to finish, there is actually one last thing that I want to do, and that is add a placeholder to the message input right here. So we're going to close this, and we're going to open up message input, and right here we simply say placeholder equals type a message, like so. And if we save this, we see a nice placeholder of type a message appearing. So I think we actually pretty nicely remade the web WhatsApp UI in ReactJS from scratch. So with this, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you could follow along. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!